starting our campaign in Western New York across the Southern Tier. My name is Robertson. I've lived in upstate New York for 30 years, and I wouldn't live anywhere else. I met my husband Steve here, we raised our children here, and it's a great place to live and raise a family. But there are challenges here facing all of us, and we need someone in Washington who will actually take on those challenges, someone who knows how to create long-lasting economic development and jobs that won't be outsourced, someone who will fight for working families and the middle class, someone who will go there and try to break the gridlock in Washington, someone who will work for the schools, for the funding our children need in education. That's the key investment for our children's future. I can be that fighter. I'm that person who can go to Washington and work on what's broken. So I'm proud today to announce my candidacy to represent the people of the 23rd Congressional District of upstate New York. I've been in public service all of my life. I learned from my mom. She said it's not enough to work, not enough to care about your community. That's critical, it's important. You have to actually step up and act. So about a dozen years ago, when our county was looking at building a big new road to the corporate shopping mall, I got interested. I got a number of people organized, and we paid attention to what was going on. We said this wasn't maybe the best thing. It was going to be hurting our local families and hurting family businesses and hurting our downtown. The county actually heard us, and the road was never built. So as a result, folks in my town, the town of Dryden, said they'd like me to run for the county legislature. I did that. I beat an incumbent, so I'm used to challenging incumbents, and I won that seat as the first woman to represent the town of Dryden. I was proud of that, and 4 years ago I was elected, for the first time elected as with bipartisan support as the chair of the legislature, and been re-elected chair since then. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy. And it's in my DNA to believe that. I literally grew up in a small business. My parents had a nursery and flower shop. It was called Liberty Nursery. And the house was literally right next to the shop. So we were open 24/7. When anybody came in, we were there to help. So growing up in Liberty Nursery really made me believe in small business and how small business people can really be the backbone of the economy. That's what we've taken very seriously in Tompkins County, where we've really concentrated on helping local entrepreneurs to grow their existing businesses and to start new ones. For 6 years I've been a member of and then chair of Tompkins County Industrial Development Agency, where, for example, a couple of our projects, very successful, have been helping local families to start a couple of new neighborhood grocery stores. Very important to our local communities. In my service on the IDA, we've been able to bring in $453 million in investments to our county and more than 700 new jobs. I'm very proud of what we've accomplished together on the IDA. But I have to ask, one of the reasons we're here today, what has Congressman Reed done since he's been in Washington? Well, recently he voted against increasing the minimum wage. I guess he feels that earning $15,000 a year for full-time work is enough. Now, we're not talking about teenagers here. The vast majority of these workers are adult women, and they're trying to raise their kids. I'll fight for a minimum wage that is higher so that people have a fighting chance to raise and support their families. I'll fight for good investments for economic development in all of our upstate communities. We need to support farmers with the investments they need so they can, for example, start to produce value-added products like cheese or yogurt. You've heard of Chobani yogurt. That's the kind of value-added industry that can really support our local agriculture. I'll fight for good jobs that can't be outsourced. The most important investment that we can make is in education. In fact, teachers are the best job creators. They educate the next generations of entrepreneurs. My first job was teaching kindergarten. After my kids were born, I was volunteering in their classrooms in the elementary school. Some of the kids that I tutored They didn't even have running water in their homes. So I've seen firsthand, up close, what kids go through every day and what their teachers go through to try to help them get ahead. So again, I need to ask, what has Congressman Reed done since he's been in Washington on education? Well, he's voted for the sequester, and he's done that really ignoring the consequences to our local schools. And I feel it really matters. We have to solve the budget crisis, but it's a matter of priorities. Congressman Reed honestly would apparently choose to cut funding to schools rather than ask wealthy corporations and the wealthiest Americans to pay their fair share. I think those are the wrong priorities. I was taught to respect my elders. We have, people have paid into Social Security and Medicare all their working lives. So I'll always fight for Medicare and Social Security. We've had a vigorous debate in our county, a vigorous debate in the nation, vigorous debate in the car coming here. It's very important that we preserve Second Amendment rights, but there has to be a way that we can come together on common sense solutions that will protect our families and our kids. I'm especially concerned that we've seen the budget cuts that we've seen basically hack away at everything, including mental health services, conflict resolution programs. We used to have a great conflict resolution program in our county, funded by the courts. That's the kind of solution that where people who have difficulties with each other, if you can go there and settle your problems, you're less likely to, explode and hurt someone. And that's the sort of comprehensive solution we really need. Some people have wondered why we're starting this early. I would just say that it's a big district. I don't know if you know, it's the size of New Jersey. So it's going to take a little while to get around to meet folks and really hear what everybody's local concerns are. Every community is different, and it's very important that I get to meet and talk to people in every part of the district.